The one red light out of 7 green lights along the way to the party frustrates us. We complain about the one rainy day out of the 29 sunny days in a month. One experience of the food delay at our frequently visited restaurants made us give a 1-star review on Google. We linger on one thing that we didn't present it well during the 1-hour meeting, notwithstanding the other 5 items we prepared and presented them very well. Negative bias is not something new, but have been with us for 1,000 years. Negative bias is caused by humans' innate tendency to look for the dangers in our environment that help us to survive. Back in 1,000 years, our ancestors lived in an environment where there are constant dangers like predators, thus they need to be alert of the potential dangers. Today, although the world has changed, our environment has changed, the neural processing stays with us. You may wonder what negative bias is. It is a tendency of us giving greater emphasis on the negativities than the positivities in circumstances. Their research shows that negative information gives us bigger impact than the positive information. We remember better the bad experience than the positive ones. It works the same in motivation. According to the behavioral scientists Kelly Goldsmith and Ravida, individuals are less motivated when an incentive is framed as a means to accrue a gain, as compared with when the same incentive is framed as a means to avoid a loss. In other words, imagine that during one of your family gatherings, you have had a wonderful and happy moments with your family members. But one thing that your daughter did wasn't so aligned with your wish, then you put that under the microscope, and that is the only memory you have for that gathering. Despite all the things our loved ones have done for us, we focus on the things that they didn't do it the way we like. Let's take a pause here. Pull yourself out from the situations just now and look at it as an outsider. We may realize that that is just purely a different perspective or different way of doing things, but nothing personal at all. We are no longer living in the environment where the predators are watching us 24 hours. The alertness for the potential dangers is not as needed as 1,000 years ago. What if we drop the mindset that we need to see the bad sides of people in order to protect ourselves? What if by switching the way we see the world could help us to feel less miserable? What if we know that that is actually under our control? Negative bias, no doubt, it is an unhealthy habit. It is not only hurting the people around us, that is also make us unhappy. So what can we do is to go beyond that. Get out of the negative loop. First step, acknowledge and admit our negative bias. That is impossible for us to change if we don't recognize the need to change. I know that might be difficult to confront the ugly side of ourselves, facing our own flaw. However, we can do it secretly. When there's someone ever told us about this, or we have seen some symptoms in ourselves, that is the most crucial first steps, and it is commendable. Second steps, redirect our thoughts when the negative appears. Once we are aware of that, the next thing we can aim for is to control our mind. We cannot totally eliminate the negative things appears in our minds, but what we can do is to control them, to redirect them. Instead of stop thinking, we switch our mind to a different direction, to think about different topics of life, for example, the happy moments we had last week, or something good that your friend, your husband have done for you. Thirdly, practice categorize positive incidents in the day. Here is a fun one. Let's try this exercise out. Every night before you go to bed, try to accumulate at least 5 great things happen during the day and categorize them in 5 different happy baskets: personal, health, social, financial, and career. When we focus on great things, we feel happy and grateful for what's happening, and we attract more amazing things into our life. I personally experienced having negative bias and also being affected by the pain caused by the negative bias of others. I know how hard it could be when the pain is caused by our loved ones. At the same time, I also experienced the mental health transformations by abandoning the negative bias. It is not an easy path, but it's worth it. I hope you enjoyed this video and it has helped you in some way.